Hello and welcome to RIO's manufacturing facility here in Idaho Falls. Today we're in the lab where we test all our leaders and tippet materials for accuracy and consistency. Being passionate hardcore fly fishers that we are, we know how important it is to have a good tippet you can rely on, and also how gut-wrenching it is when a bad tippet results in a lost fish. RIO is the #1 selling leader and tippet brand in the fly fishing world, and that is an achievement we are very proud of. Thousands of anglers trust our connection between their fly line and fish every day, and the way we ensure anglers are not let down by that connection starts here.
To test a tippet material, we first mic the diameter to ensure it is within our tolerances, and then place the sample in the jaws of an Instron fiber testing machine. The necessary tippet sample information is entered, and then the test begins. During the test, the jaws move at a speed of 10 inches per minute and pull the material until it breaks. As soon as the break occurs, the computer registers the force at the moment of break, as well as how much elasticity or stretch there was in the material at the moment of break. We usually run a series of 5 tests per sample to find the average strength. A detailed analysis of the test results is performed by the operating engineer, who looks for deviations from our diameter, strength, and stretch parameters. And if acceptable, the bulk spool goes to the coiling room to spool onto the individual spools you buy in the store.
So that is how we test all our leader and tippet materials before they go out to your local fly shop. Now the tests are rigorous and time-consuming, but it is the only way to ensure that the very best materials out there have the RIO logo on. There are a couple of subtleties well worth mentioning when it comes to comparing leader and tippet materials. The first is called the rule of 11. And quite simply that means you take the number 11 and you minus or subtract the x. So this is a 4x material, 11 minus 4 is 7. It tells you the diameter of this is 7/1000 of an inch. Or, if you know the material is 5/1000 of an inch in diameter, 11 minus 5 is 6. Therefore, this is a 6x material. So that is the rule of 11. The second subtlety is the effect that the stiffness of the nylon has on its strength. There are many blends of nylon, and the R&D team at RIO spend a lot of time researching and designing materials for specific applications. A blend that creates a stiff nylon will cast big flies and will turn over into a wind far easier than a soft, supple nylon. However, a supple nylon will present small flies with minimum drag, but would have a tough time turning over a weighted streamer. This is best illustrated by taking a look at some of the materials we make and comparing their diameter to their strength. For example, if you take our stiffest material, our saltwater hard mono, with a diameter of 10/1000 or 1x, you'll see this is 8 pounds in strength. The same diameter of our Powerflex material, 1x, 10/1000 of an inch, is 13 pound strength. That's a 60% increase in strength, but for the same diameter. So it just goes to show that the diameter isn't everything. It's the stiffness of the material that influences the performance of the material. Leader and tippet materials are designed for specific applications, and using the correct leader and tippet combination ensures you will get the very best results. Here is a brief summary of the RIO tippet materials and their design assets, and a quick Instron test of their tensile strength.
Powerflex is our best-selling tippet material. Clear, soft, and ideal for most trout flies. It is extremely strong for its diameter and has a high knot strength. The average strength of this sample of 5-pound 5X material is 5.5 pounds. Subtleties is a soft, supple tippet material and fantastic for dry flies, soft hackles, and when you need the very best in presentation. The slightly softer formula produces a material that is not quite as strong as Powerflex. The average strength of this 5X material is 4.6 pounds. Our steelhead salmon tippet material is a medium stiff nylon with great abrasion resistance. It is ideal for casting bigger flies and for turning over on windy days. In tests, it constantly exceeds the stated strength, as this 10-pound material shows. In this test, the 10-pound averaged 10.6 pounds. Fluoroflex Plus is our best-selling fluorocarbon tippet material with a very high knot strength and ideal for trout. In these tests, the 5-pound 5X sample averaged a very impressive 5.6 pounds. Fluoroflex Freshwater is a medium-stiff fluorocarbon with great abrasion resistance. It is ideal for casting bigger flies and for turning over on windy days. Not as strong as Fluoroflex Plus, the 4-pound 5X average sample we tested here broke at an average of 4 pounds. Our saltwater tippet material is a medium-stiff nylon with great abrasion resistance, ideal for the average saltwater fly and in typical saltwater conditions. In tests, it constantly exceeds the stated strength, as this 12-pound material shows. In this test, the 12-pound broke at an impressive average of 15.3 pounds. Our hard mono saltwater is an ultra-stiff nylon tippet and an excellent material for turning over the largest of flies or for casting into the toughest of winds. A consistently reliable material, this 20-pound sample broke at an average of 22.2 pounds in this test. Fluoroflex Saltwater is a medium-stiff saltwater fluorocarbon with great abrasion resistance. It is ideal for use on clear, shallow flats or when targeting particularly spooky fish. A very consistent fluorocarbon, it breaks slightly above its stated label strength. In this series of tests, this 10-pound material broke at an average of 10.6 pounds.
As mentioned earlier, matching leader and tippet materials with similar properties is the best way to ensure maximum knot strength and a perfectly balanced rig. To that extent, you will find that RIO offers complementary leader and tippet materials that provide the utmost in knot strength and reliability. We recommend the following pairings.
For the majority of trout fishing conditions, tie a piece of Powerflex tippet to a Powerflex trout leader. With small flies and when the softest of presentation is required, use Suppleflex tippet to attach to a Suppleflex leader. With larger or heavier flies, attach a piece of steelhead salmon tippet to a steelhead salmon leader, whether fishing for trout, steelhead, or salmon. In clear, calm lakes and spring creeks, a marriage of Fluoroflex freshwater tippet material to a Fluoroflex trout leader is perfect. In the saltwater world, our saltwater tippet is a perfect match for the saltwater and bonefish leaders. And if you need more stealth on the flats, match the Fluoroflex saltwater tippet to a Fluoroflex bonefish saltwater leader.
By matching leader and tippet materials together with similar properties, you'll go a long way to ensuring that you have the highest knot strength and most reliable connections.
RIO. Make the connection.